Lab Program 4. Design and develop a program in a language of your choice to solve the triangle problem defined as follows. So here in this lab program, again we are dealing with the triangle program, whatever we have discussed in the first lab program, but different testing technique we are using. So here what we are going with the testing uh, using equivalence class partitioning. So what is the drawback what we have learned in boundary value analysis on the previous programs? So in the boundary value analysis, we are just considering only the boundary values. As I told, we are dealing with the only those five values. So what the values which comes in the middle, for example, if you consider boundary 1 to 10 and you're considering nominal value, okay, so 1, 2 and 5th and 9 and 10. The middle values like 3, 4, 6, 7. So you're not going to do the testing process with those middle values. So that is the main drawback of boundary value analysis since it covers only the boundary values. So now to overcome from that, we are going with the next testing analysis process, that is equivalence class testing. Now in the equivalence class testing, what happens, instead of only considering the boundary value, along with the boundary value, you are going to consider some middle values also. So in general, what you're doing is you're just dividing the boundary into equivalence classes. So 1 to 10 is there, that is a boundary what you're given, and you are dividing that boundary into different classes, and you're taking the elements or the values from each class and you're doing the testing process. So in equivalence class testing, there are four types. So one is weak normal, strong normal, weak robust, and strong robust. So you have to consider all these values to calculate to find out the test cases. Now, as usual, you need to write the test case name. So this is again the program I'm not going to explain here because which is already explained in the lab program 1 video. Please go through that video, and the same program is used here, and the test data whatever you are taking, the three sides of the triangle, and the precondition that has to be satisfied before you go with the test cases. So here we have our test cases. So since it is a small program, it is not a complex program, and we need to write the all four types of test cases, that is weak normal, strong normal, weak robust, and strong robust. We need to write all these things. So since we have not considered the long boundary, okay, so we are just consider only 10 values, that is 1 to 10 as the boundary value for the input. So we are not dividing the entire the class or the boundary into different classes. Instead, we are taking this entire boundary into one class. So there is only one. Instead of dividing it into different classes, we are considering it as one class, and we are writing the test cases. Since there is no division in the weak normal, what you are doing is you are taking few elements from one of the classes and you're writing the test cases for that values. And in the strong normal, what you're doing is you are taking the Cartesian product of each and every element in all the classes. So how many equivalence classes you have, okay, and how many elements you have to take the Cartesian product of all the elements. Since we have only one class here, we have both weak normal and strong normal test cases are same. So here there is no difference between that. We have weak normal and strong normal test cases which is identical. So here you can see the weak normal test cases. And in case of, so wn1, weak normal 1, weak normal 2, 3 and 4. Since we have 4 possible outputs in the triangle problem, that is, now can't form a triangle, it is an equilateral triangle and isosceles triangle and scalene triangle. Okay, to show all these 4 types of outputs, you need to write the test cases. You need to select the value, input value in such a way that it should show almost all the output, possible outputs for a triangle problem. So that is, you're taking 5, 5, 5 for it is for the equilateral triangle, and this is two sides are equal, and this is for scalene triangle, and this is for can't form a triangle because it will not satisfy the precondition. So as I told, since there is no more classification, we have only one class, you are just combining it, you're combining both weak normal and strong normal test cases. Next, come to the weak robust equivalence class testing. Now, what is robust testing? So, as I already discussed in theory part, robustness means you're testing your system or the product, whether it is how it will act for the invalid inputs, how your software or the system will act for invalid inputs. So that is for the robustness testing. So what you're doing is you're giving the invalid values as the input for robustness testing. So invalid value in the sense, as we have set the boundary for three sides of triangle, that is from 1 to 10. Okay, so the value which is below 1 and value which is greater than 10 will be the invalid values for the inputs. So with respect to that, WR1, that is weak robust 1. Okay, so for in the first test case, you are entering the value in the lower boundary, the minimum value, sorry, minimum minus 1 value in the lower boundary for the variable a, and next two are valid inputs. And in the second test case, you're giving the invalid, that is the minimum minus 1 value for b. And in the third case, you're trying for C. You're giving invalid value for C. Similarly, these are the lower invalid values. Next, go to the upper bound invalid values. That is, we have last boundary value as 10. So the value which is greater than 10 will be the invalid value at the upper boundary. So weak robust 4 is 11 for A, that is the invalid value, what output it should give. And weak robust 5, invalid value for B, what is the output. And weak robust 6, that is the invalid value for C, and what is the output. So this is the weak robust equivalence class testing. Now next come to the strong robust test cases. So in the previous case, in the weak robust test cases, we are checking for the robustness of the test cases, but at a time you can give only one invalid value. Other two variables should be valid values. Okay. So in this strong robust, it is also possible to give more than one invalid value. So here you can see in the first test case, first three test cases, they have given invalid value for one variable. In the other three test cases, that is SR4, SR5, SR6, they have given two invalid values, that is minus 1, minus 1, minus 1, minus 1, minus 1, minus 1. So two invalid values. And the last test case, you are giving invalid value for all the variables. So that is how you are checking. Instead of giving invalid value for only one variable, you can give invalid value for more than one variable. It is like 1, 2, 3. If you have four variables, for four variables also, you can give the invalid value. So that is what your strong, robust equivalence class testing. Thank you.